Hi guys, welcome back to a new video on this channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Postgres on Docker and how you can directly use it on VS Code. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first things first, you have to go to docker.com and download Docker Desktop from over here. You can download it for your operating system. In this video I'll be using Windows, so I have already downloaded it for Windows and installed it. You just need a free account and then you can download free Docker Desktop. So I've already downloaded it and I've already installed it on my system. So as you can see, it's Docker Desktop and it's the personal plan that I'm running over here, right? So this is the interface you get to see after you download and install Docker Desktop on your system. There are a lot of options. There are a lot of options over here, and you can see there are a lot of containers which are running over here. But in your case, it will be blank because right after you install and download and install Docker, you'll get to see a blank system over here. But I have a lot of some containers running over here. That's why you can see the containers. But in your case, it will be blank. So don't worry if you see any changes in the interface, right? So after you download and install Docker on your system, what you need to do is you need to open up any folder or open up any directory on your computer and just right click on it and just create a new folder. I'll just name the folder SQL demo video and hit enter. And I'll just open up the folder, and inside a folder I'll open up PowerShell. This is what I do to open up this folder inside of VS Code. You can just right click on it and click on open with code if it shows up over here. But in my case, I just do it like this. You can do it your way, so it's not a big deal. Just code over here and dot and hit enter. It will open up in VS Code. So right now, as you can see, I've opened up this folder inside of VS Code. Now what I need to do is I need to install two extensions. What you need to do is you need to install two extensions. The extensions are SQL tools. So as soon as I go to the extension tab over here and write SQL tools, you'll get to see all these extensions which will pop up. You have to install the first extension, which is SQL tools. I'll just leave the link in the description below. You can just click it and it will take you to this page, and you can just directly install it from over here. Now what this does is it helps VS Code to create a connection to your your Postgres inside of Docker, right? So just install it, SQL tools by this guy, and just whenever you type in SQL tools, this thing will pop up. This extension will pop up in the first search results. Just install it, and after that you have a driver. So right now inside of this you can see written over here somewhere that you need SQL tools driver as well to make the connection. So here we have SQL tools, PostgreSQL, and Cockroach driver. So Cockroach is basically another DB provider, just like another DB, just like Postgres. So you have to install this as well. So once you install these two extensions, just close it. And we have already created a folder and opened this, right? So what we need to do is we need to go back to our PowerShell. So I have already opened PowerShell, to open this code editor over here, VS Code, inside of this folder. So inside of this PowerShell, what I'll type is this command. I've already written it in Scaladraw over here. So I'll explain this command, don't worry. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. As you can see, docker run -d -name. Now this is something I need to change. All right, let me just change it. SQL demo video. Right. So I'll just explain this command over here. Docker run. So it's asking Docker to run this command -d, which means run this in detached mode. If I don't run this in detached mode, it will show me all the stuff that is going on inside of the, like, all this stuff that is going on in the container, and it will not free up my terminal. I want it to free up my terminal, so I'm running it in detached mode. Detached mode means it will run this in background, and I don't need to see everything that is going on in the screen. So run it in detached mode, run it in background, and I'll assign it a name. So hyphen name is just a flag to assign it a name. So I'll assign it SQL demo video. And hyphen e means I want to set up uh, environment variables. So I'll set up Postgres password equals to Postgres. So Postgres password for the day for the Postgres container will be Postgres. And hyphen p means port forwarded. This is the IP of my machine. This is the IP of the Docker container. So 5432 maps to 5432, right? And Postgres 15 is the version of the Postgres that I'm trying to pull from Docker Hub. So if you open up Docker, if you go to images, you'll not get to see any image over here, right? But because you have just installed this thing, Docker. But I've already worked with a lot of these images. So in my case, you can see Postgres 15 is already here. But in your case, it won't be over here. So you just have to write this command and hit enter, and it will pull the Postgres 15 version of image from Docker Hub. So there's this thing called Docker Hub. I can just show you over here. It's called Docker Hub. So if you go to Docker Hub, it's just like GitHub, but Docker is not like GitHub. It's like npm. So if you go to Docker Hub and type in Postgres, you'll get to see a lot of versions of Postgres over here. This one, Docker official image, and you get to see a lot of versions: Alpine 17.9, 15.17, and a lot of versions. So yeah, so this is where we do it, and we have set up this thing, Postgres password as an environment variable, but we have not set up a name for this database, for this Postgres. We have not set up an username for the Postgres. We have the password, but we don't have the username. So if you don't have a username, by default it will set Postgres as the username, so you don't have to worry about that, right? So here's the command. I hope you like understand this command, and I'll just hit enter. So before I hit enter, what I was trying to say is, if you don't have a Postgres image pulled, it will just go to Docker Hub. Just I have shown you, it will go to Docker Hub and it will automatically pull it from over here, and it will pull the image and it will create a container. This is the entire command, and hit enter. Right now, as you can see, this is the this thing, ID of this image. If I open Docker and if I go to containers, actually that is the ID of the container. As you can see, this one, 2668. If I go over here, you can see 319 31974. Yeah, this one, right? So now what I need to do is I need to run this command, which is exec it. I'll just show you over here, and the name over here is SQL demo video, right? This is the command. So docker exec it, which means docker execute hyphen it, which means run it in interactive mode, because I need to enter into this container. I need to be able to write commands inside of this container. So I'm writing docker exec it. It means interactive mode, and psql is the utility for using Postgres. And here I have the username hyphen u Postgres, right? So as I have already told you, if you have not set up a Postgres username over here, it will just be Postgres by default. So hit enter. Now as you can see, before it was user slash blah blah blah. Now you have Postgres, right? So you are inside of that Postgres container. So right now you can type in /l and hit enter. You can see all of these. All these Postgres stuff over here. Now the first thing that I need to do, the first thing that I want to do is create a database. Create database. Let's say testdb, and run. So now as soon as I run this command, create database testdb, it shows me create database, which means database has been created. We can verify it by again typing in /l and hit enter. Now you can see testdb, this one, right? Right now what we need to do is we need to connect to this testdb from our VS Code. So we have already opened up VS Code inside of this folder, right? And we have already installed these extensions. So this was the SQL tools um, extension. We'll just click on it, and it will show up an interface like this. Click on add new connection, and we have also installed database driver, which for Postgres and Cockroach DB. So just click on Postgres because we are using Postgres. Connection name, just name it anything, SQL con something, right? Connection group, you don't have to name anything. So when port is 5432 because we have mapped it to 5432 over here. 5432, right? 5432. This is our machine, this is the Docker machine. We need to give it the port of our machine, which is 5432. So 5432, and database is what we named it over here, testdb. Paste it over here. Username is nothing, Postgres. Password save as plain text in settings, and Postgres. Postgres, right? And right, keep everything else exactly as it was, and click on test connection. Successfully connected. Save connection, and right now click on connect now. So now as you can see, it is connected. Now create a file over here. Let's say one demo.sql. Hit enter, and let's just create a table. Create table students, right? Create table students. I just keep on forgetting the syntax because I use Drizzle, Prisma, and all of those stuff. Create table students, student ID, serial. Let's say I want to execute this, right? I'll just select this and click on run on active connection. As you can see, it shows nothing, which means the table has been created. Now, how I'm going to see this, I'll just comment this out. I'll just type in the command select star from students, right? Just select this and run on active connection. Now you can see it shows student ID, name, department, and email. So I don't have any data over here, so it's not showing me any data. If I want to put any data, I'll just create insert, like, type in the command, write in the command insert into table, and put all this thing separated by comma over here. Insert into students, and I think value, and after that inside of bracket I'll put in all the data, and it will show up over here. So I can just do that using to GPT to save time, or I can just not do it. So basically you get the point, right? So that is what was the purpose of this video. So yeah, this was all about today's video. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below.